This video is powered by the pros at Pascal Air Plumbing and Electric. Arkansas owned, Arkansas operated. GoPascal.com.
Richard, we've had plenty of complaints this morning on the McClarty-Daniel hotline. I wonder what the conversations you've had with young men and parents that are potentially going to wind up at Arkansas or committed currently, how have they felt about the last few days or so in conjunction with Sam Pittman's job security?
Well, I mean, obviously they see the chatter, they see the unhappiness of the fan base, and then all the rumors that come with a 48-10 loss on Saturday, and obviously it's right now there's just a lot of uncertainty. They're wondering if the coach that they committed to is going to be there next year, and so they're kind of trying to figure it all out, and during especially when it looked like the after the Florida game, looked like maybe things were going to go in a different direction, and then you see what happened on Saturday. It obviously they're just like anybody else. They're uncertainty and kind of doubts, but at the same time, I mean, the staff is doing a good job of keeping them on board, and most of them, as far as I know, I mean, I don't know of any of the guys thinking, well, man, they need to make a change. They're committed to this staff and Coach Pittman, and they want to play for the guy.
Richard, on that note, how much more it's one thing to recruit during a losing streak. How much more difficult is it with all this out there, and not just recruit, but keep commitments currently with who you've got in 2024?
Yeah, it's extremely tough. I mean, there's no doubt about it. I mean, you have other schools in your ear. You also when you go to school, you're hearing it from your classmates, your teammates, going, what's going on, and it just wears on you. There's no doubt about it. If you're committed to them, and everybody's asking you what's going on, and is Coach Pittman going to be there next year? And you after a while, it just kind of gets a little old, obviously, and it's a very difficult situation. There's no doubt about it, and there's no magic formula for it. I mean, obviously, to win the next two games, that would definitely help. But there's just not much you can say right now. It's just not a good situation.
Richard Davenport with us on the McClarty-Daniel hotline. There was reported like 83 or so visits or recruits visiting last week during that game. When you have an outcome like that, a crowd that leaves early like the way it did with the way Auburn dominated the ball game, I mean, I know it's not good, but is it as devastating as some fans fear that, hey, that it's going to ruin the program and some of these, jump off the cliff takes? I mean, what's been the response to some of those that you've talked to that were actually there as a recruit visiting last weekend?
Well, here's the deal. I'll just, a lot of the fans obviously are going to have, some fans are going to have somewhat of an extreme look at it, and in a negative way. I get it. I mean, after Saturday, that's what comes with a 48-10 loss and the way that, they performed. But, I remember Yelda Forholt, obviously one of the more highly recruited linemen in the country his senior year at IMGA Academy. Well, he committed to Arkansas, and during the first year of the Bielema era season, and everybody was saying, "There's no way he's going to stick. There's no way he's going to stick." Well, obviously he stuck. I mean, and a lot of most kids, when they make a commitment, they follow through with it. Now, is that going to be the case here? Who knows? I tend to think that most of them will stick if Coach Pittman is retained, and based on what I can tell. So kids, obviously, they see things differently, and they also see it in a way that, let's throw out Auburn. Before that, Arkansas was very competitive, had a chance to win just about every game. The optimism was there that's saying, hey, I can come in and I can help this team get over the hump and start winning those games that they're losing by one score, and we can get this thing going again. And I think that's how most of the guys look at it, because they see a team, other than what happened on Saturday, very competitive, just needs a few more pieces, and they can get over the hump. That's the thinking of them.
What do you think the number of visits looks like this weekend? 6:30 game, easier to get in as far as travel and timing. Will there be a drop-off with the number of recruits? Will you see about the same? What are you expecting for this weekend with visits on campus?
Don't have a firm number right now. Probably tomorrow I'll have a better idea of who's coming. Because the reason I say that, a lot of times, you have guys early in the week will say, "Hey, coach, I'm coming." But a lot of guys make the last second decisions on Wednesday and Thursday, or maybe they can't get a ride, or they suddenly find a ride or something like that. So don't have a firm number on kids who's coming and the number, but it'd probably be the traditional 40 to 60 kids, for a game. Now, being a lesser, opponent, that may kids may just say, "Well, I'll just wait for the Missouri game," but it'd probably be anywhere from 40 to 60.
Richard Davenport with us here on the McCarty Daniel Hotline, Whole Hog Sports, Arkansas Democrat-Gazette. Richard, we had early signing for basketball, volleyball, golf, other sports on this campus. In your opinion, based on the conversation with college coaches and high school parents and student athletes, when would be the best time for a signing period in college football?
I'd probably stick with what they got right now. I've talked to coaches about possibly having an early signing period in August, and most of the high school coaches are not for that. Why? Why is that? Because they feel like some of the kids would start to shut it down. And they got their scholarship, they're already signed. Why focus on my season when I already know what I'm going to do? The high school coaches don't want it before the start of the season. There's no doubt about that. So really, right now, I can't imagine anything other than what they have right now in December. Now, could they just make it to where kids could just sign at any time whenever they feel like it? I guess they could. But then obviously you'd have if you do it before the season or anything like that, you're going to have coaching changes, and then you're going to have to go through all that and make exceptions and let them out of their national letter of intent. Mm-hmm. But I would just tend to think right now December is the best time. You talk to the high school coaches; they don't want to do it before the season.
BetOnline remains your number one source for all your sports betting this season. Everything from the NFL and bowl season to esports. You'll find the latest odds, team matchup info, player news, and game trends at BetOnline. BetOnline features live betting, free contests, and live scores for almost any sport or game imaginable. We're the fastest and easiest way to bet on all your favorite leagues and events. Head to betonline.ag to join and receive a 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Make sure to use the promo code BELIEVE to receive your rewards. That's BLEAV. BetOnline, where the game starts.